hypothetical viewers, we are Wandering Dragon, and this is Shining Force 2. We just saved the survivors of Mon, and now we have to fight our way to the Nazca Ship. It's around here somewhere, I guess. It's off to the west. Ah, yeah, it looks like the bird, like the famous Nazca carvings. Hello, Grand Seal soldiers. Yes, this is super based on, like, the actual real-life Nazca lines, I would assume. Remember, I promised that I would see you again. Come on, let's party. Oh, it's Geshp. Stop, you need my war plan! You again, Geshp? Why don't you leave me alone? Sam left me in charge. It doesn't matter if you are killed or not. Then kill me if you've got the guts to do it. I know, you want me to die. Old game Joan. Geshp, you coward, I'll kill you first. I have no time to waste. I must go. Silly Cameela, you can't survive without my brains. Ben, did you hear that? He said you would win. He must be a bad fortune teller. That's not as intimidating as it was probably intended to sound. We can get a ship and return to Grans if we defeat her. I don't know how Sir Astral knows that. It is true, when she's defeated, she'll drop the Sky Orb that we need to run the ship, but I have no idea why he knows that. You have to make sure whoever kills her has an empty item slot because of that, because I think this game doesn't automatically put it in the caravan. I think we can also get a cool item here. Ben, get her! So let's check out the battlefield to start. Wow, so this one is literally a big empty field, except just a big empty, like, cliff face, I guess. And we kind of have the monsters just spread out, actually just sort of inside the wing of the drawing here. That's kind of funny. And as for Cameela, she has no magic. She is a pure melee fighter using the Iron Ball, which I think might be a weapon unique to her, because we haven't seen anyone else using something like that. Yeah, so basically we just have to beat her up, I guess. So let's start moving people up. Yeah, this is not... Visually this is cool, but tactically I don't think this is going to be a particularly interesting map, because it's literally just a big empty square. Oh, we are fighting a dragon newt, which is new. I guess that's the Lizard Man. We haven't seen those before. Other than that, kind of straightforward. I have shuffled some items around, so you'll probably notice that I gave Kazan the running ring because with only 5 move, he was falling behind a lot. Gave Janet the power ring because she has slightly lower. Her attack is like, without it is like 84, most of it is like 88 or so, so it's kind of bumping her up a little. You know, it's not a massive difference, but whatever. And Kaya still has the quick ring, or I may be getting the names backwards. Which one is running and which one is quick. Yeah, so Kazan has a running ring, she has the quick ring, yeah. To try and get her turn a little more frequently, because I'm still trying to make her useful. I may eventually just dump her in favor of Tyron, the other wizard, if I summon the will to level grind him up. It's gonna take a long time. At least the rest of the characters are tankier now, so they won't instantly be one-shot as we grind with the Mist Demon or whatever, but... Because we'll have to do that once he gets a little higher level. He started at level, like, what, 26, I think? So we can grind him on normal enemies for a while, but... Eventually, we will return to the Mist Demon. This battle is pretty straightforward, but yeah, I'm remembering back, and again, I feel like anyone who actually watched these, if those hypothetical viewers ever become actual viewers, they would remember this better because there's less of a gap in time for them than for me because of the long hiatus. Hiatus? Not sure. I've never heard it said aloud, only seen it written. But in any case, there's a bit of a gap. But I do recall that way back when we fought, like, the Taros or whoever, we were helping this family of, like, I don't know, archaeologists or something, and exploring ancient ruins, but it was this guy and his 2 sons, and one of them, I think, took the Sky Orb, which is needed to fly the airship, and disappeared or something, and that was like a sadness in his past, and now we are finally finding the Sky Orb and gonna actually get that ship. I don't know if whatever the deal was with that family will ever be resolved. Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, man, this game would be a lot harder if you don't actually level up everyone up to the max before promoting, because these enemies still do quite a good chunk of damage regardless. Like this, we're honestly, maybe we're not over leveled, I don't know, you know, because for example, Chester is on level 7 promoted, right? And so in theory, if we had promoted earlier, he'd be higher level, but his stats would be lower. And I mean, the stats are what matters, right? So, our stats are pretty darn high. Alright, Kazan can take a good crack at Bowmaster. Excellent. If only he had done 3 more points of damage, we could have one-shotted him. That slave can just finish him off. Very good. Yeah, we're kind of rushing forward a little, but there's only the Chimera there, so I don't think we'll get swarmed by too many. Oh, excellent. Luke does have the critical sword now, so I think that my guess is it has boosted crit rate, so that was a very satisfying KO. Just gotta keep pushing forward. I'm not that hyped about this battle. I am a little disappointed. I think the Zalbard was super easy to kill because we're a little over-leveled, basically, but I will say, the arena in which we fought him, the inside of the shrine, was at least kind of a cool map. You know, you had to kind of decide how you were going to get around it, and there's like some points that could be like a bottleneck, and there's water features. At least there's a little bit to it, whereas I get what this is. I do like the unique battle background where you can actually see the little trench and stuff. That is cool and stylish. So it's stylish aesthetically. I'm like, this is very fitting. I assume the Nazca airship is based on the real life like Nazca drawings or whatever. The Nazca with lines. And so we're obviously fighting on top of it, and we can literally see this outline of a bird. And in the battle background, we can see the like, trenches or whatever. When we get the Sky Orb, we're gonna like raise it up, and the head will be an airship. Very cool. But as a battle map, in like a tactical sense, it's not very interesting. Because it's literally just empty. It's an empty square that we're sort of just wandering around in. So it is, so we're kind of just like, okay, I guess we'll just walk this way like as a group because there's really not a lot else to this. Which would be disappointing even just for a regular map, particularly since it's also very large, so it's like we have nothing to do but just walk across it, but walking across it is going to be very time-consuming. So it's sort of bland, but it's a boss battle, you know, it's like we know about 3 of these like devil generals or whoever, Zalbard who we defeated, Cameela who we're going to defeat in this battle, and Geshp who will presumably be fighting later on. We'll probably eventually meet Odd-Eye as well, but, you know, I haven't, like, read ahead or anything, so I don't know whether we fight him as an enemy, or maybe he ends up, like, being our buddy, because he remembers the time we spent with him when he was Oddler or whatever. I have no idea. But in any case, we'll fight at least these 3, right? We'll eventually fight Geshp soon. And, you know, they're kind of the mini-bosses here. They're sort of the only named villains at this point. We've seen Zayon once, and he's going to be, like, the final battle, I guess, but he hasn't been that much of a presence in the story. We were just hearing about him, because he's, like, still trying to be freed from his seal or whatever, whereas these 3 are actually a presence and have been menacing us a bit. So it's a little disappointing to have the big, like, you know, battle against Cameela where we defeat her be such a tactically bland map. Just not a lot to it. But yeah, but you know, the map is the map. There's quite a lot of enemies too, which it just takes longer. I find it kind of annoying to go through each enemy turn because the cursor has to go over to them, and then they click on and they click off, and a lot of them just take the turn to wait. So it is sort of boring in my opinion. When there's tons of enemies, it feels like it takes so long, and I realize that each individual enemy turn is actually not particularly long, but it just feels like you're just waiting. So it is not especially thrilling. Empty town. But yeah, nothing to go through it. I'm not even really making the effort to level everyone up evenly, I'm just kind of doing whatever, because I figure that I feel like it tends to even itself out. Like, if someone starts falling egregiously behind to the point that they can't damage the enemies, I'd always go back and grind if I had to. But beyond that, you know, eventually your really strong characters stop gaining as much X, so then you use the others more. So I feel like, it'll all even out. You know, you just kind of use whoever's up to bat. I'm not sure. I'm assuming Zinc will eventually join us in the battle party. He hasn't yet. I checked our character roster and he was not there, and he was still kind of falling behind us, so I don't know if, like, he's gonna officially join or whatever after some plot event, then he'll be, like, in the party. Because it's true, he didn't, when I think about it, I thought it was kind of funny at the time, but I was kind of just shrugged, but, he didn't, usually when characters join the party, we get a little tagline. I'm gonna try this on a single target, because I want to figure out if her spells do more damage when you use them on single target than multi-target. Yeah, they seem to, because it did a lot less when we used it on more targets for. So I wonder if that's the deal with sorcerer spells, that they're like weakened when you use them across multiple enemies and strengthened when you use them against one. When you use them against one enemy, they are still not as good as the level 4 element spells, which are the same cost, and they're worse against multiple enemies than the lower level element spells. So, kind of garbage either way, but at least that explains why they seem so shitty. That is interesting though. It's another example of, because the game is not, maybe if I had the manual to this game, that would be clear, but I do not have the manual. This is obviously not the original game, this is the Sega remake, or, well, it's not even a remake, it's just an anniversary collection or whatever with an emulated version. But nothing in the game itself tells you that, to my knowledge. So it's just another one of these examples of, there's so many systems in this game, mechanical systems, that are just kind of there. It's mechanically complex, but you're just kind of like, oh, okay, shrug, because it's like, well, okay. There's nothing to do with it. You can't, as a player, there's not choices you're making based on that, they're just kind of there. But anyway, as usual, I let myself get distracted, and I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. It was probably not important. Oh yeah, Zinc. I don't know whether he is going to join us officially, because, yeah, when he... Normally the characters say, like, character name, like, character class, character name has joined the Force, and there's, like, a specific musical cue, whereas for Zinc it just said, and it says Ben took whoever with, you know, something like that, joined Ben or whatever, and this one just said they decided to let Zinc being shown so to come with them. It didn't have the actual tagline. So I wonder if he's like an NPC who's traveling with us in the story, but maybe he'll officially join the party later. I'm hoping. His design is really cool. I'd swap out Rick or something. Because Taya's slot is another mage slot. If I don't keep her, then I'll bring Tyrant instead. Yeah, the Cerberus is like very magic resistant, I think. But I hope Zinc joins, but he has not yet. He was not in our... Oh, she's probably gonna die. Oh well. That was actually, with a heavy attack, a lot of our characters could die. I'm trying to have Karna not defeat too many enemies because she's already so high level, but we should weaken the Mudman so someone can kill it before it punches anybody else to death. I am actually going to have him use multi-target blaze just because, so we can kind of, so we can kind of chunk both of them. Because I think the Mudman seems vulnerable to fire, because the fire spell seems to be doing boosted damage to them. Which again, example of all the weird subsystems where enemies have different magic, elemental magic varies in effectiveness on different enemies, but nothing in the game really tells you much about that, and it's just kind of there because it's a relatively small effect. Like, that was a boost of maybe 3-4 points of damage. It's not massive. So it's just kind of a garnish, you know? It's Baroque. The game is somewhat Baroque. it's just there, which is such a fascinating sort of aspect of this game. But I am hoping to get Robot Friend. I enjoyed having a robot friend in the party in the previous game, not because he was terribly useful. He was kind of a pain in the ass to train, and he didn't really get, for how much effort it took to train him, he was not that amazing or anything. He wasn't terrible. He was passable. But the thing is, when a character is like a secret character and requires basically just a massive amount of time and effort to make them usable, I generally expect that they're going to be either better than the other characters or have some special unique thing they can do. Neither of which is true in that game, but the cool factor of having a robot in the party did help make up for that. I just think it's kind of neat. And Zeke's design is pretty styling. I like it a lot. So I'm hoping he eventually becomes pretty. And probably stop him off for Rick, not because Rick is not useful, he has actually become pretty useful, but because I just am not as attached to him as the others, because right now, Slade, Ninja Rat, very cool, love him. Kazan, you know I love my magic users, gonna keep the wizard. Karna, I mean obviously we're at least gonna have a healer. May, I really like archers, and I think the centaur archer is cool. Chester, he's been in the party, you know, he's one of Ben's 2 friends he started the game with, he's Pegasus Knight, real cool. Peter, amazingly useful, is a cool phoenix. Luke, I love the bird people. Gerald, unique class of a wolfman, very cool. Janet, love my archers, want to have at least 1 sniper. So really, you know, Rick, it's not that he's terrible, it's just, you know, if someone's getting swapped out, it is him, is the thing. And then Taya, like the sorcerer magic, that is cool, but we'll see how useful she ends up being. She may get swapped, and a magic user would probably be my pick to swap in for her because I do like having a lot of magic users. I'm a fan. That's just my little rundown of how I'm picking the different party slots. You honestly, for the number of characters you can recruit, you don't have a ton of slots for your party. It's relatively contained. And that was pretty true in the first game too. You got quite a pile of characters that you recruited, and you know only so many you could take. So that's not new or anything. But it is also true here. I feel like in the first game I liked enough of the characters that I had a little more trouble picking. I was like, oh, this is so many. How can I choose? Whereas here I'm like, you know, I just request. It's not because the story was better in the first game. There was even less of it. I honestly think it's just that I have, A, the nostalgia, and also I was slightly more nostalgic for the art style. This art style is fine, but I did like the art in the first game slightly more, even though I'm pretty sure this game, it is objectively, like, better, technologically or whatever. Wow, Cameela's wearing a very weird outfit. It's like a leotard with thigh-high boots, and like a giant glove on one arm, but it's not the arm she's wielding the weapon in. That's wacky as hell. Amazing hair though. That's like some Rapunzel hair right there. It's just it's just like knee-length fluffy hair. And I don't know whether those horns are part of some sort of headdress she's wearing, or those are her like devil horns. I'm not totally sure. Oh man, what is this? Is this an effect of her weapon? Oh, it's the Iron Ball effect, I guess. So her weapon can cast, this looks like maybe Blaze 2? Not sure. Peter seems to have some fire resistance, which would make sense as he's Phoenix. Ooh, Kazan could be in trouble here. I left him a little too close as a dragon dude. Oh no, actually he's fine. Man, the stats are so much better on the characters I level around. Down. We are just move them here. Just pop off a quick aura. Just to make sure that everyone stays topped up in case Cameela gets an extra turn. Definitely did some pretty heavy damage getting a double attack on Peter, but thanks to how Peter is pretty high level at this point. He is like what, level 15? And also he's a really good unit anyway. His stats are just very high. You know, I'm not gonna have him get the kill on the boss because he's already level 16. He's plenty high enough and level already. I'll have him just attack this enemy. Very good. Magic can critically hit. I forgot about that. Kind of just lollygagging here, just like, might as well get this nice X while I have it available. Very good loot. I love the bird people, they're so fun. And sure, Janet can kill the boss, why not? Very good. Okay, that was not very difficult. man, I lost? Take this. She reveals the Sky Orb. So she didn't drop it so much as hand it to us. Oh, I think we could have got a special item if we'd killed that wizard. Whatever, I don't fucking care. I can't be bothered. This is the Sky Orb. With it you can drive the Nazca Ship. Listen, you have to be very careful from now on. Geshp has prism flowers. He will... Your life is over, Cameela. Geshp! Ha ha ha, you acted just as I planned. Did she? Whoa, Geshp. How horrible. It's the law. Traitors die by fire. Congratulations, you have a ship now. Come to Grans. I have to go now and prepare your welcoming party. I really hate him. That's honestly a really funny wrap-up to all of that, like, villain banter and stuff. Peter's being like, oh, I hate that guy. Prism flowers? What are they? I have no idea, but it's probably a trap. You know what I actually am gonna guess it is? I don't know, but I'm guessing. If any hypothetical viewers remember Shining Force 1, we fought one battle where we had to fight these, like, floating brain things or whatever that were like a trap. So I wonder if the prism flowers are also like floating mobile enemy platforms basically that can attack us. That's my guess. Ancient flower. Excuse me? Ancient countries had those flowers along their borders. What kind of flowers are they? I cannot explain. We will see them when we arrive at Grans. I mean, you can at least tell us if they're dangerous, man. Then grab the Sky Orb. Let's go. Can I receive the Sky Orb? I assume we put it in that little spot that's like the bird's eye. That looks like what it should be. Doesn't it look like that's where we put the Sky Orb? The battleground is in the shape of huge birds. It's the Nazca Ship. Okay, so we're gonna walk right into here. Wow, we got stuck. I thought we put the Sky Orb in the hole, but we got sucked in. Oh, neat. Let's open these treasure chests. The Nazca Cannon. So that's a weapon, I'm guessing? Is this a plot item or is it a weapon we can actually wield? Let's find that out. Because I'm not... Ooh, so it is an actual wieldable weapon. Now who should get it? We've got... It'll be Janet or May. I'm gonna give it to May. And then I'm gonna have her... Oh, oops, I don't want her to use it. I want her to use... Yeah, let's... no, that's not... Yeah, let's pass the Great Shot just... Oh, we can carry the extra one. Just so her inventory doesn't get completely clogged. Yeah, so this will be very cool. Okay, and here's the Force. Wow, we can actually view the entire party. And some of our... We can even have Astral here. Benny, take it easy. Phoenix don't need a priest. We can revive ourselves. He hasn't died in so long that I forgot that, because he's so strong. Hey, are you crazy? Put me in battle. No, you're useless. Young men nowadays are so difficult to understand. Am I getting old? Tyron doesn't understand the memes, I guess. The ancients were so smart. Moving about in a vehicle is wonderful. Oh yeah, that's the caravan. I'm not afraid of devils. When's the next battle? There are many centaurs in this force, but I think I'm the most valuable one. There are 2 centaurs in the force, including you. One of them evolved into a Peg Knight. Wow, it sure is nice to rest after a hard battle that you didn't participate in. We centaurs are the main fighters in a battle. We're awesome. You are not the main fighters, in fact. I love swooping in for the kill. Have you ever noticed how short John is? That's her quote. His sprite is the same size as everyone else, though. Winnie. Oh, I love going into battle. Ouch, Sarah just told me how short I was. Those are great. Those are like your 3 friends that you start the game with, so that's great. Sir Howell's teachings are very helpful. Strategy was his cup of tea. Howell was his mentor who died. I'm like a shadow of the night, silent and deadly. That's more like a fart, right? Silent and deadly. I'm practicing. Dodge, dodge. I'm tired. I'm a centaur, but I can use a bow and arrows. Oh yeah, she's also a centaur, even though she doesn't use a lance. But she is a centaur character. Her character class is just different. Those like me don't need weapons. Those who are magic wolf people. Oh yeah, the rest of them are down here. So many characters, jeez. Travel is my hobby. See this souvenir? It's for my wife, and oh, that's cute. I like this free food. Last, this is so exciting. Then Kaya is dead. Aw, we don't get to see her quote. Are you surprised to see how fast I grew? So am I. Maybe some growth hormones or something? I can't kill myself. Why? I'm not a vampire, am I? What the fuck? Everyone else's lines have just been like either kind of just generic or funny. His is like, that took a turn. I can't kill myself. Why? I'm not a vampire, am I? So, normally, is he saying that he can't bring himself to kill himself? Or did he try to do so and was unable to, and now he's wondering if he's a vampire? That is weird. I'm afraid of battle, but I'll never run from the enemy. Okay, so that was, we got to chat with all of our party members. The inside of the ship looks very cool. It's a neat sprite, like tile set. You can start the ship by placing the Sky Orb into the cockpit. Okay. I'm assuming that's this. Okay, so I guess we'll use the Sky Orb. Then fit the Sky Orb into the cockpit. It's more like the console. Isn't the cockpit usually the place you sit in that you're piloting it, not just like a little console? Wow, the ship is vibrating. What's going on? Don't worry. But, wow! Peter doesn't really sound worried so much as excited. It's floating! This big ship is floating! I feel like a bird shouldn't be this excited about flying. I don't know. We're going higher and higher. This is very cool looking, I gotta say, this graphical effect. The ship is like a glowy blue thing. I've never experienced anything like this in my 70 years of life. He's only 70? Okay, he genuinely looks significantly older than that. He looks like he should be like 90. Okay, now we'll head to Grans Island. Oh, we're flying! You didn't notice that before, Gandalf. The ancients were greater than we thought. Oh, thank you very much. Aw, Zinka's kind of shy, that's cute. Very cool, very dramatic. Flying across the sea and finally heading back home. Wow, that guy's freaky as hell. Is that Zayon? Dude's seen better days. Jeez, look at him. Ben is almost here already. Yes, sir, with an ancient aircraft. He'll be passing over the Cape soon. Good, I'll do anything to get my powers back. He seems like he should have a really creepy voice, which I lack the skills to make. They're stronger than we thought, but I have an idea. Please let me try it. Well, I think it's better for us to shoot them down over the Cape. Why not out over the ocean where we'd drown? I agree. Thank you. Then, may I borrow Odd Eye? He's still damaged from his battle against Volcanon. So will we have to actually fight Adler, or will he like turn on the other devils when he sees us again? Because he really is our friend. I'm genuinely not sure. Take Red Baron instead. Oh, we fought him before. Isn't that the guy whose name is Lemon for reasons and he's a vampire? He was a little weird. Thank you, sir. They'll be passing over the Cape soon, bro. I feel like my voice is slightly too strained from doing Gandalf's voice to do like a proper creepy-ass voice. Yes, sir. Not that I have the talent to do that anyway. Oh, here's Adler. His eyes are still closed, but his hair was long before, and now it turned into like Dragon Ball Z spiky hair. That Geshp, he wants everything. I think Adler's voice was just kind of soft, right? It was like, oh, that Geshp, he wants everything. Why does this sprite have blue hair? You noticed that too? I like that the devils have a really dysfunctional work environment. They're just gossiping about it behind his back. Yes, King Zayon. I'm afraid Geshp can't stop Ben's advance. You really think so? I was just thinking of Ben's hidden powers. We must never underestimate him. Anyway, it will be a fantastic show, ha ha. Seriously, why don't they just shoot us down over the ocean? We would die. Yeah, I was right. You know, now I'm kind of wondering if I beat this game and just forgot literally everything about it, because the flower sprite seems vaguely familiar to me. Maybe it's just something that looks similar to another game out there in the world, I don't know. Finish the preparations before the Nazca ship flies over the cape. How are the prism flowers? They're ready! Excellent. Now come on, Grand Sea losers. Again, it seems so childish considering the context. The prism flowers are waiting for you, hee hee. There's Grans Island. Alright! We've finally come home. Finally, it's only been like a year. I see the Nazca ship, everybody get ready. What's that? I saw a flash of light over there. How on earth are they shooting down this massive magic ship? I didn't see it. You must be seeing things because you're so old. Isn't Peter like a billion years old or something? Grumble. Someday, Peter, you'll be old too. No! Shoot them, shoot them. Oh, the flowers are shooting us down. I see. They're like laser flowers. They're like an artillery. I did see something. I didn't. It was very blind. This could be bad. Sir Astro, Ben, something is coming straight towards us. He didn't pause the time, Peter. What is it? Whoa, what was that? Lightning? An attack from the ground. I can't control the ship. We've sustained damage to the engine. We might crash. Wow, so we don't actually get an airship to fly around in, it's just a cutscene? Crash? Geshp's trap. Darn! Darn seems slightly too mild for this situation. I don't want to crash. You're a bird, you'll be fine. Just fly out the window. Sir Astral, please help us. Zik, can you land on that cape before the ship crashes? I'm not sure. But I'll try. It's a good thing we met the robot who knows how to pilot this ship, or who knows what would happen to us. Wow, that is quite... I was amazed that the character survived that crash. Ouch! Hey, Zinc! I like your wild driving! Where's Sir Astral? He's right fucking there, dumbass. Oh, there he is! That sort of slid into a Mickey Mouse voice, but I have slightly strained my vocal cords. Sir Astral, are you okay? Ben, come on! I guess I gotta talk to everybody here. Ooh, we're just gonna find the Vigor Ball, so we'll catch Sarah up pretty soon. Made it to Grans Island. Geshp probably coming for us. We have to evacuate. Get off the ship. Bye. Oh, that's really cute, actually. Was it too wild? I really like Zinc. I hope he becomes a party member. Anyone have anything new to say? Oh, they actually do. They all have dialogue. What a ride. Ouch. They're mostly just saying ouch, though. Oh, my twinkling stars. That's great. Lots of people saying what a ride. Lots of ouch. So apparently there's only 3 different lines and they just assorted them among the characters. We'll talk to everyone anyway, though. I do like how they, like, disarranged them slightly, so it's like, oh, we all got knocked around in the crash. They're not in a straight line anymore. That is fun. Yeah, no one... no one has any, like, special lines or unique stuff or anything. Oh, actually, I thought they showed individual lines, but I guess they just, every time you talk to them, they randomly pick one of the optional 3. What a terrible waste. We've lost an ancient treasure. Anyway, we have to go to Ark Valley. Then let's go. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just run over a bit just so we can get to the next spot. Because I don't think it's very far. Yeah, here it is. This is the dojo where we'll get the other Vigor Ball. So we've reached the dojo, and I'm gonna call it here. Because next time we'll investigate the dojo and then do a battle. And we will also finally be able to promote Sarah, so I'll probably swap her in for Karna for a while, just so we can level her up quite a bit. Oh, we're also getting another character, so who knows? Maybe I'll, you know, we'll see who ends up in Battle Party. But yeah, so there'll be a little bit to do there, and then a battle. But yeah, this is a very exciting episode where we finally found the Nazca airship, and sadly we only got to fly it for a single cutscene before we crashed on Grans Island. So we are actually trapped here now and cannot get back to the previous continent. So our backtracking days are at an end for the moment. Fortunately, we have already gotten everything from that continent thanks to the guide that I'm following. Oh, but we won't be able to go back and grind in Fairy Woods, so if I want to level grind, well, yeah, I'd have to just painstakingly do it with the characters we have. Well, maybe I just straight up won't bother, because fuck Tyron. He's just a random wizard, and we have plenty of magic users. We'll soldier on with our sorcerer. But yeah, so we have finally returned to our homeland on Grans Island to confront Zayon, King of the Devils, in, you know, the very place where our journey began. And we just crashed our airship. We were shot down by ancient flowers. Very wacky. And now we found the nearest settlement to our crash site, and we're about to meet another new character. So that will be very exciting next time, and fingers crossed, eventually we will actually get to add this robot to the party, because he is pretty great. I really love his personality so far. It's real cute. So thank you for watching, hypothetical viewers, and look forward to the next episode of Shining Force 2.